Hey, what's up? I don't know what kind of introduction that was, but we're live and hopefully everything is going well, especially with the audio. Because I recently... let me... Hello! So I recently changed a bunch of my audio stuff, so I might... I mean, of course I sound different, and for my voice, just without like all the audio software. I just woke up, so that's probably why I sound super tired. I woke up like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago or something, an hour maybe. But we're here looking at the anime for spring 2025. Aren't you excited? Isn't it so exciting to watch or react to some new anime? What am I even doing? Okay. I forgot to... hang on. No, I forgot to put the actual thing we're reacting to on the screen. That's not even the right thing. It's already scuffed. Oh shit. This is so scuffed. No, what the... oh, what's... just... here we go. What is going on? I forgot to do this before stream, and I'm like, I could just do it on stream, and it'll be fine. And, let me move out of the way. Now I can't even, what is going on? This is so scuffed. This is so bad. I'm so sorry. So I should probably zoom in so it looks a little better. Except, does that look better? Or should I zoom out? No. Forgive me while I try to figure this out. You should probably just... no, wait. Okay, you know what? How about we just, do that? Oh, okay, that's even worse. There's nothing here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I should have really, done this before stream, but I completely forgot. How about we just... do there. There we go. We're having no overlay today. Except, when did you get a VTuber model 2.0 update? Yeah, it was in the last stream. I guess I like mini debuted it. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Zonic. But yeah, this was in the last stream. I just like did this on a whim. But yeah, you can check out the artist in the description below. Make sure to go support their works. But yeah, I think we're oh god, no, we're already fucking it up more. Uh-oh. Is that... what am I even looking at? Here we go. Except, if I do it, if I have no overlay, then I'm gonna be blocking some of the words. It was just like... wait, we got this. Live kill reaction. Up here. But if I go down, it still blocks the words though. That's not good. I'm having to mute and clear my throat a lot because, you know, I just woke up and this is like, I haven't talked, I haven't used my vocal cords at all today. But where should I position myself? All the way, wait. What am I... this is the worst stream on my channel already. If I go down here, or up here... what if I just make myself extremely tiny? That works, right? That would help, but I got some college stuff to finish, so I need to head out. Okay, have a... have a good luck on your, like, work and stuff. Thanks for dropping by the way. But yeah, I think we can start reacting to some stuff after I take my sip of water. Okay. We finally got everything set up. Sorry about the light mode, by the way. I don't have Force Dark mode on Google Chrome. But what is the first anime of the season? The most popular is Windbreaker Season 2. This is a Season 2 of an anime that I have never heard of in my life. I'm not gonna read the synopsis because I know nothing about the original work. Maybe I might have, like, reacted to it in a previous stream or video, but yeah, I don't remember this. Maybe I can look at Season 1. And I'm streaming a lot earlier than I usually do. Wait, what is this? Windbreaker. This was spring 2024. Okay, yeah, so it was. I do somewhat remember some sort of delinquent anime, but yeah, I know nothing about this. Is it popular? It's 7.7 stars. Okay, we're spending too much time on an anime I've never even heard of. So let's move on. Okay, Fire Force Season 3. So Fire Force is an anime I really liked back in the day, maybe like, I don't even know, like 2019? Maybe it's that long ago. But I don't think I ever watched Season 2. Fun fact, fun story. My friend who like doesn't like anime at all watched Fire Force because I don't know how much I should be saying, but he watched Fire Force because his this girl he had a crush on liked anime, and then he watched Fire Force, which is probably one of the worst, not one of the worst, but not a very good anime to say, oh yeah, I don't watch anime, but I only watched Fire Force. And the funny thing is, the the other anime that he watched that I forced him to watch, like back in the day, was Rent a Girlfriend and High School of the Dead. So imagine going up to this girl you like, who likes anime, and being like, hey, so I'm not too big of an anime fan, but I've seen Fire Force, High School of the Dead, and Rent a Girlfriend. Like, imagine how the crush perceives you if you just say that. Those are probably the 3 combination worst anime of all time that you could tell an anime fan that you like, especially someone that you're trying to like get to know. Yeah. Anyways, that was a tangent, but that was a pretty funny story. So yeah, I did not see Season 2, so I don't think I'm gonna read this one. The Beginning After the End Season 1. Okay, so this is a new anime, the biggest new anime of the season. For some reason, this is Season 1, and it has the word Season 1 in the title, which is unusual, to say the least. Hopefully this is all, like, readable, by the way. I mean, I'm still gonna be narrating it, but yeah, it is readable on stream. I just had to check that for a second. Okay, so what is this about? It is a webcomic. It's based on a webcomic. And my voice is killing me. Sorry about that. My voice somehow always likes to not work on stream. Hopefully you can't hear that, me drinking water. I don't know how much noise canceling my new audio stuff is doing. But anyways, after a mysterious death, King Gray is reborn as Arthur Lewin, on the magical continent of Dikathen. Is that how you pronounce that? Although he enters his second life as a baby, his previous wisdom remains. He begins to master magic and forge his own path as years go by, seeking to correct the mistakes of his past life. So, I'm sure if anyone's watched my streams before or my old videos when I used to do this as a video, I say this every season. And I've gotten mixed reactions. But these isekai anime always sound exactly the same. And the fact that this synopsis is so vague and generic doesn't help at all. Yeah, I want to assume that it's good, because I remember back in 2021, I think it was, Mushoku Tensei also was in one of these videos, and I think I said something about it being also a generic isekai, even though it was up there on like the most popular of the season. So maybe this could be good, but I've never heard of this. We can look at Mount to see if... Yeah, the synopsis on Mal is way better. We can read this one too, because the one on Live Chart, whoever wrote that from Crunchyroll, really didn't like the series, or didn't want anyone to get into this, probably. This story follows the strongest king in history, Gray. This was already kind of similar to the other synopsis. Although he possesses unparalleled power, wealth, and fame, there is no one who stands by his side, and he trusts no one. One day, Gray suddenly meets his death, and is reincarnated as a powerless infant named Arthur in a world of magic. Surrounded by a loving family and companions, Arthur starts to experience joys in this new life that he never knew in his previous one. However, during a journey, his family is attacked by bandits. Thus begins his second life, filled with love and adventure. Okay, this synopsis is way better than, Man, I feel like my voice sounds weird today. But anyways, I don't think it matters. This synopsis sounds way better than the one before, and it actually sounds intriguing. I want to see the source material. Don't think I can on map. But no, yeah, this might be good. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. I was gonna say I might watch that, but I still haven't watched any anime since, what, 2023? The only anime I've watched recently was Love Live Superstar Season 3, and I only got like 3 episodes in, I think. Anyways, can a boy-girl friendship survive? So when I was like skimming through it to look for create a thumbnail or stream, I looked at this the title, and I'm like, well, why would someone make an anime or light novel about this? Like, what? Oh, I did not mean to do that. What could possibly be so interesting about a boy-girl friendship that you create a whole entire story and then you get it adapted into an anime? Like, maybe it's just because I'm not the target audience for this type of stuff anymore, because, you know, I'm older than I was a few years ago. No shit. But, yeah, I feel like either this title just sucks or something, I don't know. But the main character, MC, also doesn't help because he kind of looks like a generic isekai protagonist, even though this is not even close to isekai. Anyways, childhood BFFs Himari and Yu vow of friendship hits turbulence when Yu reunites with his first crush in high school. Himari, who's never known the fuzzy warmth of a crush, now must confront her feelings. Their shared dreams and peaceful days as a twosome gardening. What? Am I tripping? As a twosome gardening club. Oh, okay, so they're a 2-member gardening club. That maybe I'm just stupid and I can't read, but that was confusing to read. Are tested in this tale of love, flowers, and growing pains. Okay, so I guess it is just the seasonal romance rom-com, because we all know that there's always like those. Also, I think I can zoom this in a little more because I'm not using this space. Oh, that's too much. I'm not using like this corner because we're always scrolling up. But yeah, let's zoom out a little. Here we go. That's a little better, right? And then we can just zoom up. Anyways, yeah, so this does seem like it is going to be the seasonal rom-com anime that... Okay, I keep getting on tangents, but I just had to say one more thing. My window's open, and I forgot to close it before stream, because I needed fresh air. And sorry if you can hear any like car crashes or crime or chickens or whatever. But anyways, what I was going to say, and I'm not going to get distracted this time, is that this is the seasonal rom-com of the season. And it seems like this blue hair girl is going to be the Marin Kitagawa, Chizuru Mizuhara, who else? You know, those type of characters of the season. I can see it being popular, maybe, because it's still, the synopsis is still kind of vague. But yeah, I probably wouldn't watch this if it were me. The next one is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level season 2, which is an anime I think came out in 2021, and I watched a bit of it because I still liked watching anime back then. And I thought it was really boring. A bunch of people thought it was like fun and cute, and it could have, but when I was, I can't dox my age, but when I was that age in 2021, I'm like, this shit is so boring. It probably was boring, and that's before my attention span was destroyed by Subway Surfers on the side of TikTok videos, right? But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna read the synopsis just because there's no point. I have no attachment to the series. I barely watched it. But the next one is the I guess the big anime of the season. Please Put Them On, Takemine-san, which is a crazy... I mean, I'll read the synopsis in a second and I'll talk about it, but I did... You know, I'll just read the synopsis right now and then I'll talk about it, everything, after. Student Council President Takane Takemine is a popular star student. On the other hand, Koshi Shirota doesn't have many friends. After that changes when Koshi accidentally discovers Takemine's ability to go back in time and alter past actions by just changing her lingerie. After some pestering, Koshi agrees to help Takane and be her closet by having a spare lingerie on hand. So I read this manga. I own it physically. I used to collect manga physically, and then now I'm poor. But yeah, I did have it I mean, it's right behind me, I can look. I think I have the first 3 volumes on my bookshelf. And it mostly, yeah, this is quote unquote gooner stuff. Is that how you use that word these days? But the story, I actually read a little bit of it not too long ago when I saw this announcement, but yeah, I like reread it because I didn't remember anything from it, and the story was, I don't know if I was just like not paying attention, but the story was just kind of, it felt repetitive, after a point. But I think this is already huge manga, and it's the only like announcement of an anime I've seen this season. So it's probably gonna be really liked. This is probably also gonna be the big rom-com of this season, even though it's not. I don't remember. I don't remember anything romantic happening early on about the first whatever chapters I read. But I think this is definitely gonna be a fun watch, especially if it has good animation. Who's doing the anime? Right. I'm still not too. Oh shit! I was gonna say I'm still not too knowledgeable on the studio names, other than like the big names. But they did Call of the Night, which is one of my favorite anime of all time, and it looks amazing. I want to talk about Call of the Night at some point, because it honestly looks beautiful. Like, I don't know if my keyboard picks up on. This is just like a screen cap from the anime. If this studio is doing, I mean, they're kind of in different veins, but if this studio is doing the Takemine-san anime, I think it'll actually be pretty good. What? We can look at some other stuff that they did. Those old. They did Goblin Slayer, which I can't remember if that had good what was it, animation? The Please Put Them on Takemine-san is actually one of their more popular anime, I guess, and it's not even out. But I think I'm definitely gonna watch at least the first episode. I mean, that's a pretty far request, actually. It's been so long since I've had the patience to... Wait. They released they announced season 2 of Call of the Night? Oh my goodness. Oh, Insomniacs After School was also done by the same studio. I actually really like this anime. I never finished it. But yeah, I didn't know that they released Call of the Night season 2, or they announced it. They did Magical Senpai, which is more similar to, you know, Please Put Them on Takemine-san. And then most other things is just random anime probably no one ever heard of. Okay. But yeah, I think that is gonna be one that I will watch. Do this. I mean, cut off on the screen. What is our next one? The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. Oh my god. This looks... I say it every single season, but this looks so generic. Banished as useless Xenos, a self-taught healer from the slums turned despair into defiance, and opens a secret clinic in the city's shadows with unlicensed, unmatched magic. As he cures, comforts, and rights wrongs, quietly becomes a legend. But as his power grows, even the royal palace takes notice. Can he buck the odds and heal a world that cast him aside? Oh my god. I think I literally read something that was almost the exact same to this last season. Like, I swear I did. Also, I feel like on stream, I don't know if like zooming in even more would be better. Would that be better? Cause it's I feel like it'd be a lot easier to watch. Is it better? I don't know. We can zoom out a little bit. Yeah, okay, that's probably better. And then we also don't get spoilers too. But yeah, what is our next one? That one definitely I'm not gonna watch. What studio's doing it? It might be good animation. Natsutami. Oh, this is another anime that's coming out this season. Dropkick My Devil. We're doing that. Except they only did this like special of it, and not the original. I don't know. Okay. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Bumpkin? Isn't that like a something that I shouldn't say? Or is that a Blumpkin? Maybe I shouldn't be talking about that. I don't know. I feel like I remember hearing that word in a not so family friendly context. What is the synopsis? Barrow Gardinant, a self-proclaimed humble old man, is a sword instructor at his dojo in a rural backwater village. In his younger years, he dreamed of glory as a master swordsman, but those days are long behind him. Out of the blue, he receives a visit from a famous former pupil who brings him world-shattering news. He's been appointed as a special instructor for the Knights of the Liberian Order. With his new life now turned upside down, Beryl travels to the capital and reunites with some of his former students, elite knights, an ace wizard, and even an adventurer who's attained the highest skilled rank possible. But why do they all want his tutelage? What is that word? Every single time I do one of these streams, I always find like a new word I've never heard of in the English language. As far as he's concerned, they clearly don't need him anymore. Can Beryl live up to his new position, and will he ever get a moment's peace away from his adoring students? I feel like every time I say anything about like an anime in this sort of like genre, I say the same thing. If it's done well, it can be good. The premise can be interesting, but if it most likely is going to be boring. The poster looks like pretty cool. Well, the animation looks like pretty decent quality, I guess. The next one. I'm an evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Okay, this guy looks like prepubescent Lelouch from Code Geass. By the way, I don't think it's actually pronounced Geass. I think it's just funny every time I say Code Geass. But this is a harem mecha sci-fi in space. That's crazy. After a life of honesty left him betrayed, Liam is reborn into a vast interstellar empire with one goal: be the galaxy's worst evil lord. That with harem, I don't know about that. But no matter how hard he tries to be a tyrant, his wicked plans keep backfiring into peace, prosperity, and adoring fans. Galactic chaos, magic, and mecha awaits in this hilariously misconstructed tale of a villain who can't help but to impress. Okay, so they describe this anime as hilarious, despite there not being a comedy tag on it. And I think it will. I said this literally 5 minutes ago, but if they do it well, if they write it where it's not like repetitive and boring, this could actually be good. Who's doing the animation? They did this anime, which was last season. This was my last video, or my last stream. I don't remember that. Oh my god, they did Inukai-san's dog. This anime, genuinely, the story was kind of funny, but the animation was so bad. It was unironically horrible. They did Protocol Rain, which had alright animation. and then there's just a special. I remember this anime. I'm living within a Takuni Konoichi. I remember it having better animation than Inukai's Dom, but them doing this, which is also a harem, which is probably gonna end up being an ecchi, even though it's not listed here. I'm gonna guess that the animation's not gonna be good. Where? Oh, it's the wrong page. I keep having to clear my throat because I just woke up. Sorry about that. But the next one, the Shiunji family children. Is this what I think it is? I remember some like famous mangaka who was. It was either like the Quintessential Quintuplets or Rent a Girlfriend made a manga that was about like sibling harem, and this might be exactly what that is. I don't know if this is the same anime I'm thinking of, but we can look at that after. The Shiunji family with their 7 children reside in a mansion within Tokyo's Setagaya ward. The eldest son, Arata, is tired of being pushed around by his 5 sisters and daydreams of a life without them. That is until Arata's father reveals a shocking truth. Arata isn't biologically related to his sisters, so he's gonna fuck them! Or the siblings' relationships will be tested as they navigate this life in this new world. I mean, it's been a while since we've had an incest anime. It's about time, you know. I mean, we had Oshinoko, which wasn't really too incesty, so they had to bump it up with another one. I think the last... Should I be saying this on YouTube? I don't think I should be saying this on YouTube. I'm gonna get banned. My channel's already not monetized, so we're good on that front, but... The last, like, incest anime I can remember that was big was Eromanga Sensei. And that just... Okay, this is gonna be a suspicious thing I'm about to say, but... The story for Eromanga Sensei was actually kinda good. I didn't like the incest part, but... Personally, I'm not a fan of incest. If you are... it's up to you. But... The story of Eromanga Sensei was actually really good. Whose author also did Orimo, which I actually really liked Orimo. And then I just lost all hope when... I can probably spoil this. I lost... Spoiler warning for Orimo. If anyone cares. Anime's like 10 years old now. But at the end, they did like a de facto marriage and they kissed. The brother and the sister. And I think I literally closed my eyes for that entire scene because I just didn't want to watch it. But up until like it got incesty, I actually quite liked the story. Maybe I'm just not a connoisseur of incest. But where am I going with this? Anyways, I wanted to check. First of all, the studio is a big studio who does a lot of good anime. Okay, that's a good sign. They did Umaru-chan? Dude, Umaru-chan was like one of my first anime. People hate on it. Some people like it, but yeah, they do a lot of these like pretty big like rom-com and stuff. They did Oshinoko, but I wanted to look at the author of this manga to see if I'm thinking of the right person. How do I check that? How do I see who it's written by? Staff. No. What? How do I look at the manga? It just brings me to... Okay, Mao's kinda fucked up, but... Okay, I'll just search it up on here. because I don't know why it's not bringing me to the manga page. Okay, well the manga already has a 6 rating, which is not the best. Where is the author? How do I find the author? Is it? No. Oh, it's right here. Yes, I was right. I was right. I was completely correct. This is the author of Rent-a-Girlfriend. That probably means this is going to be... Okay, I used this analogy like 2 years ago. But Rent-a-Girlfriend is like a train wreck. But the train wreck's made out of gingerbread and it tastes really good. And I feel like that's gonna be what it is. What this new one is gonna be. But yeah, he made Rent-a-Girlfriend, which is like, stupidly entertaining. But I honestly kind of want to watch this. But I feel like it's gonna be really annoying. Next one, Yandere Dark Elf. That's a very forward title. She chased me all the way from another world. Okay, this is an ecchi. Already, when I'm looking at it, the animation or like the art style doesn't look that good, and it being this zoomed in is very helpful because I can actually see what I'm looking at. But what is the synopsis? This is probably not gonna be good, but we never know. Wait, each episode's only 12 minutes? Okay, well, probably not gonna be very good if they only allow 12 minutes on air each week. Anyways, the Sunohara Hinata thought defeating the evil overlord and returning to high school in Japan marked the end of his otherworldly adventures. But when Maria Bell, his first and most fervent ally from the Sorry, something just happened. I got... Okay, whatever. We have to continue. That was an intrusion. But where did I leave off? But when Maria Bell, his first and most fervent ally from the magical realm, follows him home, his daily life takes a fantastical turn. Just a month after his return, Maria Bell, a dark elf with a passionate and slightly obsessive love, declares they're meant to be together forever. Now Hinata must navigate the halls of high school while living with a magically jealous girlfriend who takes School Crush to a whole new level. Join them as they tackle life's unexpected twists in this exhilarating rom-com adventure. I guess I can see how this is appealing. But I probably wouldn't watch this if I still was watching anime. That does pick up on the mic, doesn't it? Anyways, wow, this studio only likes doing ecchi elf anime. That's interesting. I don't have any form of reference to go on how good the animation is gonna be, because I've never seen this anime. Was this... was this really that long ago? A bunch of tabs open. Anyways, Aharon-san, Wahakarenai Season 2. I remember watching this anime in like when it came out, and I thought it was really boring. I thought it was incredibly boring. So much so that I was like literally in school and I was watching this and I was still bored. They were playing with like fidget spinners or something. How is that entertaining? I really didn't like this anime. Anyways. How far are we? Oh, we still got a lot. We've been live for 45 minutes and we're not even a third of the way through. Okay. The unaware Atelier Meister. Kurt Rockhands is a kind-hearted errand boy for a hero's party, the Flaming Dragon Fang. One day he's banished from the party and finds out he has the lowest rank in combat. In order to make a living, Kurt picks up various jobs and discovers he has astonishing abilities. Though he doesn't realize it yet, Kurt has SSS rank skills in anything other than fighting buff on a new journey. I don't wanna talk about this. I cannot. I'm gonna crash out. This sounds horrible. I'm sorry to say. I can't even. How? Let's look at this studio real quick. Only does stupid isekai. Dude, I swear. I want to look at the layout. It just brings me to the same page. Alright. Doesn't matter. This is going to be shit, and I know it. I know it for a fact. They're going to be shit. I know it. And you can't convince me otherwise. Anyways. Oh, this one looks actually really unique. It reminds me of like Cowboy Bebop. Even though I've never seen it. Lazarus. The year is 2052, an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity. That scared me. Did that pick up on the mic? I don't know. That scared the hell out of me. Where were we? And prosperity prevails across the globe. The reason for this, mankind has been freed from sickness and pain. Nobel Prize-winning neuroscientist Dr. Skinner has developed a miracle, cure-all drug with no apparent drawbacks, called Hapuna. Hapuna soon becomes ubiquitous and essential. However, soon after Hapuna is officially introduced, Dr. Skinner vanishes. 3 years later, the world has moved on, but Dr. Skinner has returned, this time as a harbinger of doom. Skinner announces that Hapuna has a short half-life. What does that mean? Anyone who... okay, tells me what it means. Anyone who has taken it will die approximately 3 years later. Death is coming for this sinful world, and coming soon. As a response to this threat, a special task force of 5 agents has gathered from across the world to save humanity from Skinner's plan. This group is called Lazarus, and can they find Skinner and develop a vaccine before time runs out? Okay. To combat the absolute dog shit we had earlier, this is probably the best one this season. This actually sounds really good. It's also done by Mappa, which I think everyone knows Mappa. They did Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise. I didn't know they did that. Out of High School, Kakeguru. They did that. Didn't know that. Doro. Was this good, by the way? I remember people actually liking this. Didn't know that was done by Mappa. What is this? Terror in Resonance? Oh, that's old. 2014. Anyways, this is probably gonna be the one I think please put them on Takemine-san. I'm gonna watch at least one episode, but if I were to watch an entire show from the season, this would be the one. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I warned you. I just woke up. I can't speak. I think this is a spin-off, so I can read it. But My Hero Academia, I remember hearing about this like spin-off manga, but I think I stopped watching after season 4. I remember really liking the beginning of season 5 so much so that I gave it a 10 out of 10 on Mal, but I never finished it. And I think there's like 7 seasons now. Like, I don't even know. But this one's a spin-off, I'm pretty sure. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Not everyone needs a license to fight for justice. In a superpowered society, there's nothing ordinary about evil anymore. Heroes trained and licensed to protect and defend the public against supervillains stand above all the rest. Not everyone can be a hero, however, and there are those who would use their powers to serve the people without legal sanction. But do they fight for justice in the shadows, or for reasons only known to themselves? Whatever they fight for, they're called vigilantes. Koichi Himawari couldn't make the cut to become an official hero, so he uses his modest quirk to do good deeds in his spare time. Then one day, a fateful encounter with some local thugs leads him to team up with two other unlikely heroes. None of them really know what they're doing, but they've got the courage or foolishness to try. But they soon discover fighting evil takes more than just being brave. Okay, that doesn't seem... I mean, well, it's My Hero Academia. It's gonna be a solid story. I'm curious to know if, like, I just hit my leg on the chair. But I'm curious to know, like, when the storyline is taking place, because turning midnight part of this. But yeah, I am... Obviously, it's gonna be very solid, because it's written by the same person who did the original My Hero Academia, I think. Okay, this is not... but I'm pretty sure it is. So it's going to be like at least a 6 or 7 out of 10. Unless people actually just hated the manga. So I'm not sure. Next one is Go-Go Loser Ranger. I remember let me look at the original. Yeah, this, I remember this. I watched, I think, was this the one I watched a bit of? I don't know why I'm asking you, but this was, yeah, about a year ago. And this looks like nothing even close to whatever's happening over here. I'm gonna assume the story of the first season is actually really good, and then it like gives me like Link Click vibes almost, with how like it like turned around, or like the story took a turn. Yeah, I don't know anything about this, and it doesn't have a synopsis. Next one is Witch Watch, which is a comedy. I think that's our first non-rom-com comedy. This one actually looks kind of decent. Morihito Otogi is a high school student who comes from a lineage of ogres. Enjoys a peaceful, ordinary... Who wrote this? Who did the punctuation for this? Wait, a high school student who comes from a lineage of ogres, enjoys a peaceful, ordinary life, until his childhood friend, Nico, like Love Live Nico, moves in with him. Nico is a witch in training and chooses Morihito to be her familiar. While Nico is thrilled to reunite with her old friend and crush, Morihito is tasked with the perilous duty to protect her from a foretold calamity. Between the unpredictable chaos caused by Nico's magic and awkwardness of sharing a home, their lives become a whirlwind of supernatural hijinks and threats. Okay, it's kind of vague, and whoever wrote this kind of fucked up the punctuation, but yeah, I think I have high hopes for this for some reason, even though the synopsis is kind of generic. Our next one, we got it. This stream is going to be like 5 hours long if I don't speed it up a little bit. So the next one, Sword of the Demon Hunter Kijin Gentosho. This one, this like historical. The historical ones usually are pretty interesting, or I don't know if they're good. I don't know if I watched like a lot of them. In the Edo period, there was a shrine maiden called Itsuki Hime in the mountain village of Kadano. Jinta, a wandering orphan, along with his younger sister Suzune, drifted into the village and grew up to become the Shrine Maiden's guardian. To become the Shrine Maiden's guardian, ventures into the forest to defeat a mysterious demon who speaks to him of the far future and the threat of a demon god. So begins this epic supernatural historical fantasy series that follows a demon hunter through his century-spanning journey from the Edo to Heisei periods, all the while questioning his wielding of a sword. Okay, this one actually, I feel like this is something, especially like the art style and sort of like the synopsis, reminds me of early to mid 2000s anime, like right before the Moe stuff took over. And I think this is actually could be pretty interesting. Never heard of Yokohama Animation Lab though. A new gate. Genius Pro. What is this? I've never heard of anything here. The Witch in the Beast? This was winter of last year. How do I know nothing about this? Okay, I don't know. Oh my god, they did Mirror Tights. I've never watched Mirror Tights, but I feel like it has good animation because tights would be hard to, you know, animate. This next one doesn't even have a synopsis, but it looks mad suspicious, not gonna lie. Does it have one on Mal? It does. Okay. Is there an English name? Makina-san is a love bot? Makina Agatsuma, the school idol. School idol? I didn't know that term existed outside of Love Live. But she moves into the home of Eita Akutsu, an introverted mechanical otaku. Eita, who has secretly harbored feelings for her, thinks he's hit the jackpot, but it turns out she's actually a robot made for sexual purposes. Caught off guard by her sudden physical advances, the virgin Eita is at a loss. Furthermore, he finds himself in a frenzy, trying to help her maintain her secret identity. A romantic comedy with a slightly risque mechanical revolution where the hilarity ensues as they try to keep the secret under wraps. So wait, slightly risque when she's a sex bot? Okay. Would this even be good? What studio is doing this? Bloom Z. What is this? They did 2 anime, and I remember everyone hated this. So this is probably gonna be jack shit. Nothing good about this. Next one, Summer Pocket. Dude, I love like the summer vibes anime. I think that probably started with my like love of summertime rendering. But it's like if they're by like a coast and it's like summer, it's always super. Maybe I just like the vibes and the stories aren't usually that good. That might be another reason why I really like Love Live Sunshine, because they're like in a coastal town. Anyways, Summer Pockets. Hairi Takahara never expected summer to feel like a dream. Sent to Torishi. Oh my god, this is Japanese gonna kill me. Torishirojima. There we go. To sort through his late grandmother's belongings, he's met with an endless sea, quite nostalgic and quiet nostalgia, and mysterious girls, each chasing something just out of reach. As he settles into island life, lost memories begin to surface, and he finds what he never knew he lost. This kind of sounds like a visual novel plot, but I feel like this could be good. I don't know. Maybe also a harem. They did. The studio did Snafu. I don't know what this is. Did this, which was I think in another one of my videos. Did Hinamatsuri? Did Kiss Sis? Yosuka Sora. Oh my goodness. Outbreak Company. A lot of ecchi and better. This one better not be ecchi. Rashikashi. Okay, so their Studio Feel. Name Feel is familiar. Oh, I mean, yes, pun intended, actually. But yeah, I think this one actually could be really good. Especially because, like, maybe it's just me, but I really like the summer vibes. And I feel like if the animation is good, it could probably actually be good. Okay, two other interesting ones. The Two Perfect Saint. Tossed aside by my fiance and sold to another kingdom. Another live action, or not live. Sorry, light novel. What I meant. Philia and Denor hails from a family renowned for producing saints for generations. In the kingdom of Gertonia, saints fight to protect humankind from monsters, and Philia underwent rigorous education and training to earn her title. After her fiancé, Julius, breaks off their engagement, Philia is sold to the kingdom of Parnacorta for resources. Will her homeland survive without her? Okay, I think actually this one might not be bad. It's not isekai. And the synopsis actually sounds somewhat interesting, at least compared to all the isekais. Also, we can't look at the scores because none of them have aired yet. Next one is a season 2 of an anime I've never heard of, so we can skip that one. Next one, Kowloon Generic Romance. This take place in Hong Kong. Struck by a reality they didn't wish for, some ask, do I not exist in this world? They can confirm their own presence, and Kowloons, and they can even smell and taste. In this town filled with secrets, Fujirai doubts her own existence. Each day is painful, but will it be different if Kudo is by her side? Okay, this one actually also seems pretty interesting. It feels very abstract, but yeah, I think it reminds me of My Home Hero. That had such a good story. The animation was so shit, but I remember it having such a good story. But yeah, I think this one also has potential. The next one, The Gorilla God's Go-To Girl. You know, I'm surprised this one doesn't have villainess in it. We haven't seen a single villainess anime this entire season. But yeah, this seems like a reverse harem. Sophia, a timid daughter of a count, just wanted a peaceful life, but the Gorilla God had other plans. Blessed with unmatched strength, she's thrust into the Royal Night Order, turning her quiet days into chaos. Now she must juggle school, the nightlife, and her overwhelming power. Who knew gorilla strength could be so complicated? Okay, so I feel like a lot of reverse harems have this sort of like royal-ish, or like, you know, like knight kind of vibe. But what does a gorilla have to do with this? A gorilla god? Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. I actually kind of might give this a watch. And it also reminds me of like the early to mid 2000s. Next one. Once Upon a Witch's Death. Okay, this one actually looks pretty cool. Meg Raspberry is just an apprentice witch celebrating her 17th birthday. That is until Faust, her magic teacher and perennial witch of the Seven Sages, suddenly reveals that she's going to die. To stop the death sentence curse, Meg must create the Seed of Life using tears of joy from 1,000 people. Join Meg on her travels as she collects the happy tears from everyone she meets to gain eternal life. Okay, so this one actually seems kind of interesting too. I feel like if they do this correctly, this could be really cool. Especially the poster. Let's take a closer look at that. Okay, we can't even take a closer look at this one. But I think it looks pretty cool, and I mean, but how would just doing nice things for people in an anime turn out? I'm not sure. But I think this one actually also has quite good potential. Next one, Your Forma. You know, I'm sensing, after doing like this for so long, I'm sensing a theme. Like the top ones are like season 2s of the biggest anime. And we got the big rom-coms. Like maybe every other season we have like a big manga getting an anime adaptation. And then scattered throughout is like the stupid light novel isekai generic shits. And then when we get down here, we get like the historical, like fighting anime, the anime set in like Europe and that kind of stuff. I feel like that happens every season, right? It's kind of like the same thing every season. Anyways, Your Forma. In an alternate 2023, okay, this takes place very recently, the Your Forma, a miraculous smart thread technology initially developed to treat a massive outbreak of viral encephalitis, has become an integral part of daily life. But these convenient devices must come with an invasive drawback. They record every sight, sound, and even emotion their users experience. For electronic investigator Echika Hieda, diving into people's memories via the Your Forma and hunting for evidence to solve the toughest crimes is all part of a day's work. The problem is, she's so good at what she does that her assistants literally fry their brains trying to keep up with her. After putting one too many aides in the hospital, the top brass finally furnish Echika with a partner on her level, a brilliant yet cheeky android named Harold Lucraft. Does this unlikely duo have what it takes to resolve their mutual suspicions and avert a deadly technological infection from sweeping across the globe before it's too late? Okay, this one again seems very cool. The poster is very cool. It's very cyberpunky. I think if I were to watch anime, I would also watch this one. This one also seems to have a lot of potential. Another arc of Black Butler. I feel like we had like another season of Black Butler recently. Never seen it though. To Be a Hero. Okay, this one's a Billy anime. Interesting. A world where outstanding heroes are applauded. Here, trust creates superheroes. If people believe he can fly, he will gain the ability to fly. Inversely, even if a hero has special powers, if he loses trust, he will also lose his powers. Trust is collected as data, and the ranking of heroes changes depending on the value. Once every 2 years, the top heroes gather to compete in a hero tournament. Their performance there updates their trust value, and the ranking is reconstructed. The absolute hero who stands at the top of the rankings, people call him X. Okay, another one that is really, I feel like, is really good. That's done by B-Dream, never heard of them. Because that is their first anime that they've done. This is also an original. Okay, so it's not an anime. This might be a donghua. Can I play the trailer? That's probably fun. Is this in Chinese? Okay. Well, can I play this?
信じるんだ。信じることがヒーローを生み出す世界で。
It's in Japanese. Except is the original in Chinese? I usually like watching everything in the original language.
いけない。
ルールとは不完全だから改正するもの。
ヒーローを野放しに
The animation looked interesting there. Like this is very like Donghua-esque. But then it turned 2D. I don't know, it's interesting. But yeah, I think I'll also watch this, which is a loose promise. Skipping some season 2s. Zatsutabi, that's a journey. We saw this earlier. When aspiring manga artist Chika's storyboards gets rejected, she ditches her desk for an adventure. Armed with a quirky social media poll, she sets off on a spontaneous journey of random crowdsourced destinations. From hilarious mishaps to heartwarming encounters, Chika discovers inspiration, friendship, and herself, one unpredictable stop at a time. You know what I think this could be? Is that this sounds like an anime sourced by the Japanese government to promote tourism to the rural side of Japan. Because that's like a big problem that Japan has, is that the tourism is so high, but everyone goes to like the same 3 cities: Tokyo, Yokohama, Osaka, Kyoto. That's 4, but you know what I mean. And this feels like it's like getting people to want to go to these like rural places. But it also does show like these very famous places from Japan. We're about halfway through and we're over an hour in. Jesus. Should I read Gundam? Because I don't know anything about Gundam. I don't know if the storyline is like a continuing thing, or it's like Love Live, where it's like they're all the same franchise, but they're you know, they're separated. But yeah, like I don't know why I'm looking at this. I know Sunrise. We can read it though. Mobosu Gundam GQUUUUUX. Interesting name. Amate Yuzuriha is a high school student living peacefully in a space colony floating in outer space. When she meets a war refugee named Nyan, Amate is drawn into the legal mobile suit dueling sport known as clan battle. Under the entry name Machu, she throws herself into a fierce battle day after day, piloting the GQUUUUUX. Then an unidentified Gundam mobile suit pursued by both the Space Force and the police appears before her, along with its pilot, a boy named Shuji. Now the world is about to enter a new era. Okay. I don't know anything about Gundam, so this... I mean, there's gotta be a reason it's so popular, so it's probably gonna be good. I really like this art style. This art style is very cool. It reminds me of kind of like... I don't even know how to put it into words, but... Very cool. Next one. Theogonia. Humans fight to protect their land from invading demi-human tribes in relentless battles. As his world is engulfed by intense warfare, Kai, a village boy from Lag, joins the fight to defend all he knows. After Kai's comrades fall one by one and he's injured, he suddenly recalls memories from another life. A fantasy tale unfolds as a village boy explores a new world of magic, mystery, and heroes. Okay. So it is just like another isekai. I mean, isekais can be good, don't get me wrong. But I'm kind of tired of isekais. Next one. A ninja and an assassin under one roof. Aren't those kind of like the same thing, sort of? On the way home from school one day, Konoha Koga rescues Sakoto Kusagakure, a ninja who escaped her village. Soon pursuers from the village show up in search of Satoko, only to be deftly dealt with by Konoha. As it turns out, the unassuming high schooler is actually an assassin. Thus, the potentially cutthroat cohabitation of a ninja and an assassin begins. I mean, that's kind of, again, sort of like a simple and vague a synopsis. I think it could be good. Again, it's done by Shaft, which is one of the biggest studios, one of the ones I actually know by name. The biggest thing is Nisekoi, really. They did oh my god, I never watched this. This was in my, like, one of my old videos, looking over the seasonal anime, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it, and I never got around to watching it. It's been almost 2 years. Man, I need to get around to watching that at some point. Because I love quintessential quintuplets. But yeah, Shaft does a lot of big anime. Next one, Rock is the Lady's Modesty, a music anime by Bandai Namco. An elite all-girls academy where refined young ladies gather. Lilisa Suzunomiya, now the daughter of a real estate tycoon, after her mother remarried, is forced to abandon her guitar and rock music to fit in. However, her passion is reignited by sounds from the old school building where she meets a skilled drummer who shares her love for rock. Together they embrace their inner rock stars, elegantly clashing and shouting their way through the academy in its captivating tale of grace and rebellion. Okay, very cool. That one's another good one. I think when we get like halfway or like 2/3 of the way through, and actually start seeing like the interesting and good ones, because that one actually sounds pretty cool. I love music anime, so that also bumps it up a few points. Yeah, another one with good potential. Next one, Mono. This art style is very cool. It kind of loosely reminds me of Onimai, but not really, sort of. Anyways, Satsuki Amamiya, a high school photography club member, was feeling down due to the graduation of her beloved club president. However, her best friend and fellow member, An Kiriyama, encourages her, and Satsuki decides to dedicate herself to the club activities again. The 360 camera that Satsuki eagerly bought at an auction has not arrived, and investigates the seller, and she discovers that the person lives very close to the school. When Satsuki and Anne visit the seller's address, they find a candy store where they meet the manga artist Haruno Akayama, who asks them to model for her manga. Sakurako Shikishima, a former cinema club member, joins the Cinephoto Club, which merged with the photography club. Okay, that synopsis is like, it gets the job done, but I feel like it's not great. I want to look at the studio because this poster looks very cool. I wonder if they've done 2 anime, and this is their first anime. What is, dude? Do you see this poster? This looks insane. Wait, that's actually crazy. Okay, I think this is another studio that's gonna have good animation. But yeah, another one that I would actually consider watching. Next one is Guilty Gear Strive. Dual Rulers. So I'm assuming this is just an anime adaptation of Guilty Gear Strive, which is a fighting game. I'm curious. I want to know if the old Guilty Gears got an anime adaptation, because I'm not sure. Wait, let me look at all of them. How do I do that? Okay, so yeah, there has been one, and it's a special that has 1 episode. Okay, so not really, sort of. So Guilty Gear Strive is the newest Guilty Gear game, I think. And I used to play it a bit, and I was never good at it. But yeah, this looks Oh yeah, I should probably read the synopsis. After the decline of the once robust fields of science and technology, a new energy source known as magic fuels the modern era. Humanity creates forbidden biological weapons, gears. Those gears eventually stand against humanity in a rebellion. Although they manage to overcome in the struggle for survival known as the Crusades, humanity's losses are so great that even after several decades pass, their emotional wounds remain unable to fully heal. I don't even know how to pronounce their names actually. Sin Kiske, the child of a human and a gear, heads to his father Kai and mother Dizzy's wedding ceremony. Their wedding breaks the ultimate taboo, a union between a human and a gear. Even with the world at peace, it took many years for such a ceremony to come into fruition. Despite the complex array of emotions surrounding it, the wedding ceremony is met with blessings, when suddenly a mysterious girl appears, the fated child inheriting gear blood, and the mysterious girl who despises gears. Their meeting would shake the world. Okay, so from the little bit I know of Guilty Gear lore, which isn't a lot, especially because I played the game. I used to play the game years ago. I think that this is is not really similar to like the story of the game. I want to look at the studio. It is Blackrock Shooter. A lot of old anime. I'm curious because they did Bang Dream, really? I didn't know that. But what I wanted to see is that this poster looks very accurate to the designs of the characters in the game. And this literally just looks like a poster for the game. I'm assuming it's gonna be CG, maybe, because they're 3D. But yeah, Guilty Gear is very good, very popular. And I think this could... I'm not sure if you need to know about the game to watch it. It seemed like a bad financial decision if you did, but yeah. Next one is Uma Musume. I haven't gotten into, despite being an Idol fan, I haven't gotten into Uma Musume or any other Idol anime for that matter. Being a Hollow Life production fan and a Love Live fan is enough for me, and I've strongly avoided watching any other Idol anime because I don't want to get more into it. The hellhole, Idol hell, is not a great place to be, especially for your bank account. Anyways, Apocalypse Hotel, which is one that has a 1 sentence long synopsis. Does it have a better one amount? It does. Many years have passed since humanity vanished from Earth, yet the Galaxy Tower Hotel in Ginza, Tokyo continues to operate. At the center of its staff is Yachio, a dedicated hotelier robot, along with other employee robots working tirelessly in various departments. Together they spend what feels like an eternity maintaining the hotel, despite having no guests, as they await the return of their owner, and the day humanity reappears. Now a small miracle is about to change everything for Yachio and her robotic colleagues. Another one I actually think is quite interesting. This is an original anime. Usually original anime are better. No anime that okay, they did Uma Musume and Idolmaster. Is this like Idol-esque? They did both Uma Musume and Idolmaster. So oh wait, that reminds me. Uma Musume has insane animation. I remember seeing this clip on Twitter or TikTok or something, where the animation was actually crazy. And I'm guessing that all of Uma Musume is done by one studio. The original Uma Musume, or this one, Another unexpected intrusion, but continue. They did Lewis May. Okay, they didn't. It looks like they didn't do like the original Lewis May. I mean, I know nothing about it, so this could be the original Lewis May. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the one with insane animation. Just look at that, the poster, and then Idolmaster is. I don't know if that has good animation. I know nothing about Idolmaster. But yeah, this one seems interesting. That's the conclusion I've come to. The Dinner Table Detective. There's been a lot of detective anime recently. Reiko Hosho is the only daughter of the CEO of a major enterprise, Hosho Group, known worldwide. Hiding her true identity behind her day job as a rookie police officer, Reiko comes home to Kageyama, her butler, whenever she's faced with a complex case. Being a perfectionist, Kageyama is flawless when it comes to serving meals full course, from horrors. Oh god, this is French, isn't it? Can I get a French text to speech? I can't even try to pronounce this one. It's not French, is it?
Hors d'œuvre.
Yeah, that. I don't know how to pronounce that. To dessert, he sharply points out that the lack of reasoning on Reiko's side by making cutting remarks, but keeping the comment a fine line away from being offensive. That's a very brief synopsis. I think this could be good. I don't know, the synopsis doesn't... Again, it gets the job done. Done by Madhouse, pretty sure a huge, yeah, a huge studio. They did One Punch Man, No Game No Life, Rerun, Overlord, Death Note, more Overlord. I didn't know Overlord was this long. Yeah, huge. Oh, Hunter x Hunter 2. Huge studio. Next one, Anne Shirley. On the beautiful Prince Edward Island in Canada, okay, Canadian anime, interesting. An orphan named Anne Shirley is mistakenly sent to Green Gables, the home of Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert. They choose to adopt her anyways, as Anne finds friendship, love, and happiness in her new home. Come along for the story of a pure-hearted and imaginative girl growing up, leaving for college, and returning home a changed woman. Okay, this one seems like... This just seems like wholesome. It feels like it's like a very laid-back anime. There's not really much I can say about this. Interesting that it takes place in Canada, of all places. Okay, next one is a baseball anime, Catch Me at the Ballpark. To escape his tiring job, weary Murata finds escape at a nearby baseball stadium. While the games are thrilling, it's Ruriko, the gyaru as cold as the beer she serves, but secretly a sweetheart, who keeps him coming back. As her first regular, Murata discovers the warmth behind her frosty demeanor, and their hilarious, heartwarming encounters light up the ballpark, and maybe even their hearts. Now, I don't know if this is just me, but this seems like such a nothing burger. Like, I feel like... How do you make a story about this? I don't know. I mean, it could be interesting. What is the studio? Bunch of anime I have never heard of. More anime that I've never heard of. Oh, I remember this one. Kuma Bear. But most... Oh, they did Train to the End of the World. Okay. Okay, so I remember that having good animation. But the factor here is more the synopsis. I'm not too sure about the synopsis. But the next one is Yaiba, Samurai Legend. Yaiba Kurogane has spent his days training in the jungle in order to attain his goal of becoming a real samurai. By a twist of fate, he returns to Japan and starts living with the Mine family, who are connected to his father, Kenjiro. Yaiba constantly baffles the Mine daughter's Sayaka. Oh, Mine's daughter Sayaka. Okay, yeah. Dude, I can't read. As she witnesses his wild and reckless ways. One day, Yaiba tags along with Sayaka to school and has a fateful encounter with Takeshi Onimaru, a kendo expert. Yaiba and Onimaru repeatedly clash, as if in response to their search for strength. Two ancient powers are unleashed: the Fujinken, the Wind God's Sword, and the Raijinken. The Thunder God. Oh, the Thunder God's Sword. Okay, that was two different things. This, if I can highlight it, this is one thing, and this is another. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Both supernatural blades have jolted the world since ancient days, have reawakened, and the truth behind them is revealed. Okay, so this seems like just a battle shonen. I want to take a looser look at the art style. It reminds me of like Scissor 7, sort of. A very unique art style. It reminds me of like 90s anime, actually, like 90s battle shonen, kind of like Dragon Ball. How many do we have left? Quite a lot. Sort of. Okay. I usually skip I always skip the kids anime, so we're like close. The Mononoke Lectures log of Chu Zenji Sensei. He just solves all the mysteries. This story takes place before the exorcist Kyogokudo opened up a used bookstore. Our setting is in Tokyo in 1948, right after the war. The war? Oh, World War II. Kana Kusakabe had just become a second year at a high school when she meets the new language teacher, Akihiko Chuzenji. Mysterious supernatural things keep happening around Kana. Once again, today, Kana is going to open the doors to the library prep room to seek help from the surly Chuzenji sensei who is waiting inside. Okay, another one that is actually, it has quite a vague synopsis, but it does actually sound pretty interesting. Next one, Food for the Soul. This one looks so cute, honestly. This is an original animation of the daily lives of 5 new undergrad college students. They love delicious. What? They love delicious, want to have lots of fun together, study hard, and enjoy their college life to the fullest. This is a heartwarming comedy in which the characters eat, laugh, and deepen their friendships. Okay, this seems like a very laid-back, like, comfort anime. But I do want to say something, which is that it seems like this would be kinda... It's like a little hard to keep a full TV anime about. PA Works, another big studio, so I think we can rely on them for good animation. Except I remember Buddy Daddies had pretty good animation, but your boy Komi had pretty like mid animation. But everything else was like quite good. Akiba Maid War they did. Angel Beats had great animation for the time. Okay, yeah, very solid studio. And I think this is like, I don't know, maybe you want to eat something and you just throw this on while you're eating. I can't do that because I have a condition called can't watch or can't eat without watching YouTube syndrome. Next one. It's another anime based on a game. #Compass 2.0 animation project. In the combat providence analysis system, Compass 2.0, heroes gather alongside human partners in a dreamlike space. Their heroes have to keep fighting to produce enough energy to keep the system running. Our hero named 13 is a troublemaker who refuses to find a partner. When 13 is nearly kicked out, a new player named Jin agrees to join him, and they bring peace to the world of Compass 2.0. I feel like this isn't gonna be good. Like, anime based on games are either like a complete hit or miss, and I feel like this is going to be a miss. What is the studio done? Tomo-chan's Girl, they did Magi, did Fate. That's weird, I've never heard of this studio. Okay, interesting. Next one, My Bashi Witches. It looks like an idol anime, done by Sunrise, and it's an original. Yeah, it is an original. It looks like an idol anime. And Sunrise, by the way, is the same studio that did Love Live. Okay. Yuina Akagi is an ordinary high school freshman in Maebashi City, Gunma Prefecture, until a talking frog named Kerope appears and throws an unexpected proposal her way. Why don't you become a witch? Okay, definitely not an idol anime, or, I mean, this poster is saying otherwise though. Before she knows it, Yuna's closet becomes a gateway to a mysterious world where she meets 4 other girls, each with their own quirks and magical potential. There's the fiery Azu Nisato, the level-headed Kyoka Kitahara, and the ever-optimistic Choko Mitsumata, and the carefree Mai Kamizumi. Together they form the Maebashi Witches, okay, this is an idol anime. A group dedicated to granting people's wishes through magic, music, and a bit of mayhem. Their base of operation, a charming little flower shop in the heart of the shopping district, where the flowers of the heart can finally bloom. With a little magic and a lot of heart, their new life as witches is about to begin. Okay, so you hear my chair? Does that pick up on the mic? I don't know. But this reminds me a lot of Love Live, and it kind of just seems like Love Live with like a magical witch skin over it. Is this like a multimedia project that's similar to Love Live? We can look at the Wikipedia. No, okay. It seems like it is just an anime and not any sort of multimedia project. Okay. So it's not entirely like Love Live. Okay, next one. Miru, Paths to My Future. In the distant future, humans create a robot named Miru capable of traveling through time, visiting various areas, places, and even parallel worlds. Unlike some robots, Miru isn't equipped with weapons. Instead, it helps people overcome immense obstacles peacefully, encouraging new beginnings without violence. Miru continuously evolves by interacting with people, learning and growing to assist those struggles to survive. It listens to their problems and offers support by helping others. Miru sets off a butterfly effect of dramatic change, guiding society toward a brighter future. Okay, so that's... I mean, I don't know, it seems like this story was written by a kid. I'm not trying to be like a hater, but like this is kind of generic, don't you think? But yeah, if it's done well, it could be good, and it is an original, and I thought it would be a manga adaptation because usually things like this are, but no, it is an original, and statistically, I think originals are better than adaptations. Anyways, me and the alien Moo Moo. The story of the series follows Mumu, an alien whose species lost all their scientists and engineers in a planetary war. In order to recover an understanding of their highly advanced technology, Mumu and his friends come to Earth, where they crash land in the apartment of college student Sakurako Umeyashiki, and then decide to study ordinary household appliances. Okay, this is a comedy. I think that could be pretty fun. Don't know if it could be good for like however long it's gonna run, but it could be fun for like at least the first few episodes. Next one. These are very abstract ones. We have Ko-kun, One Summer of Girlhood. School friends San and Mayu must navigate the front lines. When their island becomes a war zone, what path will they choose? Okay, very brief summary or synopsis. You know what? Even though this is very brief and vague, I still think it could be very good. And this like poster, I kind of like it. It's like, what the hell? Is there the normal poster? Nope. We only have the really long ass horizontal one. But I feel like it could be good, or it could be absolute shit. Because sometimes I say that and they are absolute shit. First, anime by that studio. Next one, Twins Hinahima. This one, I like this poster a lot. This looks very cool. Two high school girls, Hinamari and Hina-na, dream of going viral as they film all sorts of topics that could become a hot topic and notice something weird and enter a strange world. Oh no. It's an isekai. It's an isekai. No, it's an isekai. But I feel like this one could be different. This art style looks so familiar. What studio did this? They don't even know. Wait, they don't even know the studio. What day is it right now? It's March 24th. So this comes out in 5 days and they don't even know the studio? Oh no, they didn't know the studio. What? This is their only anime. Okay, I was very curious about that because these character designs, the art style looks so familiar, and I can't put my finger on why. It looks so familiar. It's an original anime, and the art style looks really familiar. And this is the studio's first anime. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to watch this. This actually sounds kind of cool. But still, I'm still caught up on how these character designs look so familiar. But I can't, or not the character designs, the art style. But it looks so. Okay. Anyways. I'm not gonna find out the answer, so no point in looking on that. What is this? Princessian Orchestra. A music anime with 4 cores. That is insane. Alessapia, a land of wonder and that has existed somewhere in the world since ancient times, was once home to loving inhabitants known as the Alessapians. Their peaceful lives were disrupted when a mysterious monster, Jamauk, began to appear, threatening the sparkle brilliance of their homeland. If nothing is done, Alessapia, spelled differently than earlier, will lose its radiance forever. This is the story of the princesses whose unwavering songs of courage and hope shine even in the darkest times. A pop song, Fantasia. What is it? What is these words? Filled with energy and braveries. Princessian Orchestra. Okay, I feel like... Again... No, never mind. I was gonna say this, like the trailer, is a very... Is it Precure? I don't know. I feel like I know not enough about Precure. I feel like that's what the art style looks like. Alright. I think that's what that is what I'm thinking of. But the character designs here look a lot different. This is interesting. I feel like this is a multimedia project. That's what the vibe's giving off. It is not a multimedia project, I don't think. It could be just an anime. It's crazy that has 4 cores. That might be one of the longest anime that's come out in recently. Silverlink Studios has done nothing that I've seen, so I can't really gauge how the animation is gonna. Wow, nothing literally 0 anime that I've seen. A Sister's All You Need? What kind of what kind of anime is this? Oh, I remember I watched this, like 2 episodes of it when I was first getting into anime, so I don't really remember. Bakato Testo. Oh, I did watch a bit of this too. And I think Jahi, they did Jahi. And Watamote. Okay, so I remember from what I have seen, from the studio, the animation is kind of alright. Don't remember it being great. But with something like this, I feel like they have to go sicko mode with the animation. Anyways, next one, Classic Stars. Seems like another one of these like multimedia project. I mean, do I just say that for all music anime? But it reminds me of like Ensemble Stars. Maybe it's just because male idols. At Gloria Private Academy, where stars are born, Beethoven has a fighter until music chose him, or was a fighter until music chose him. In the prestigious music department, students who match the talent of the legendary musicians inherit their gifts and names. Trading his gloves for melodies, he steps into a world where notes hit harder than fists, determined to win the ultimate competition. Okay, this is actually something that I think could be very cool. Is this something that... Media Mix Project. Okay, I can look this up. I always like when they make real life references to real life people, because I really liked Record of Ragnarok, and this is kind of that. Like there's Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, Liszt. I don't know how to pronounce most of these people's names because I'm not very good. I'm not really too big into like classical music, but yeah, this is something that I think could be very cool. Next one, Anadol, reinterpretation of Slarang. More male idols, okay. Fun fact about me, despite being a huge Love Live fan, like I think outside of Love Live, I do prefer male idols. But that's mostly with like real people. I don't know if I would enjoy like animated male idols like I do with Love Live. So this is I think I can probably skip this because this is an adaptation of something. So we can move on. Does this one have a synopsis? It does. Everyday Host. The story follows Hajime Sekiguchi, a former life insurance salesman who, in a moment of desperation, these commas are placed in the wrong spot, I think, makes the unexpected leap into the world of hosts. At Club 1, Hajime finds himself surrounded by a cast of eccentric personalities a younger brother type host with 20 years of experience, a former idol specializing in romantic sales tactics, and a hyper-aggressive host with mobile games. Oh, obsessed with mobile games. Despite thinking this isn't a job for anyone with a sane mind, Hajime uses his polished insurance sales skills to attract clients and carve out a surprising niche for himself. You know what? That one actually sounds very interesting too. It's always when we get to, like, near the bottom is when we find like the interesting shows. I had to reach over to get my water. Sorry about that. But this is one thing I do find worrying is that it's a 4-panel comic manga with gag humor, and it's a comedy. I would have preferred something like this to be like an actual like serious thing rather than a comedy. So that is a little worrying to me, but I feel like it could be very good. Next one, A Love Too Captivating. Wow, that is a very BL looking art style. Well, because it is BL. Misuzu was branded a delinquent when a small incident left him isolated. But one day, man, my voice is dying out. How long have we been? We've been streaming for like 2 hours. But one day, he sees the top student, Kitahara, get surrounded by bullies and decides to help him out. That sparked Kitahara's interest in the lonely boy, but Misuzu pushes Kitahara away. If you get involved with me, you'll get ostracized by everyone else too. But it won't take long for Misuzu's resolve to falter. This seems like kind of a very generic, I want to say, plot. It really looks like it was from like the early 2000s. But like with these character designs look very early 2000s, but then the studio kind of like took liberties with the style. I want to look at the originals that came out. This is from, how do I see? Oh, 2020. Okay, forget everything I just said. Oh, this is the manga art style though. The cover of the manga. Okay, well, also forget everything I just said. Nothing to do with the early 2000s. Welcome to Magical Girl Village, illegally occupied. What kind of name is that? This poster already looks very interesting. Anime is pending approval. Never seen that before. I guess this was newly added to Mal. The absurd gag series follows a 43-year-old company employee named Toma Komai, who becomes a magical girl, and her friends. Oh, and with her friends, she starts a new life at the Magical Girl Village, a village full of madness and despair. I think this could actually be very good. This is the art style looks kind of strange, but like, I feel like this could be very good. This is gonna take itself, not take itself seriously at all, and that's probably what's gonna like carry it. But yeah, I think this one actually could be very good, even though it's very strange. Gag manga beer. There's been a lot of gag manga recently. This might be like one of our last ones. Why is gag manga in the name? Oh, okay, so this is a 5th season of something, so we can skip that. This looks like just a kid's anime, we can skip that. Another idol anime. I thought this was like Precure or something. Is Precure an idol anime, or I don't know anything about it. Precure. It is just a magical girl anime. I don't think there's any idol. Okay, I'm getting off track. This has nothing to do with anything. But from what I have seen from Precure, this art style seems very similar. But it is a 5th season, or not 5th, 2nd season of something, which it says right there. I'm a genius because I can totally read. But might be. I mean, we have this one, Raccoon Team Cao Cao. Interesting. I thought this was like a grad school or something. The Cao Cao Dan Secret Society remains steadfast as the #1 organization in the global corporate popularity rankings. Their objective is world conquest. Each day, the chosen elites carry out the orders of their boss. This is Tama Tokyo, surrounded by nature, yet still within the borders of Tokyo Metropolis. This area is home to the Tama branch of the Cao Cao Dan Secret Society. Here, business is sluggish and wages are stagnant, and yet today, they devote themselves wholeheartedly to their mission, like they always do. Okay, is this like a kid's anime? I don't know, but it doesn't even have any information on Mao. Its source is just book. It doesn't even tell you what type. No visual novel, no manga, no novel, just book. Interesting. But I mean, I wouldn't watch this first of all, but I can see how it's appealing. I guess I don't know. I don't have anything to say about this one. All of these looks like kids anime, but Detective 2025. Okay, interesting. I know that's like a popular kids anime. Yeah, okay, that's actually the end. Okay. Let's zoom out for a second. Now, which ones would I watch? Please put them on Takumi-san. I have to watch this, like, at least the first couple episodes. This one is being like not a fan, but like, I tolerate Rent-a-Girlfriend. I'll watch a bit of that. When I say I'll watch these, it's meaning that I'll tell you that I'll watch them because they sound interesting, and then I'll never get to watching anime ever again. But I do want to like watch anime again eventually. I just never have the time. This one was one of the best ones, Lazarus. Sounds very interesting. Summer Pockets, I might watch a bit of that. This one just seems so outlandish, I kind of want to watch that. Oh, To Be Hero X, this one's also very cool. I like the whole vibe of it. Reminds me of like a lot of like games. I don't know if that probably sounds so stupid. I don't know how to like describe it into words. Mono seems very cool. It seems like people are going to like this a lot. Guilty Gear I'll definitely check out a little bit. Food for the Soul. This one also definitely, this is like an anime that would I'd be fine with like watching 3 episodes of, and then I would drop it. I don't know, my attention span's bad. This Maebashi Witches, I kinda wanna check it out, even though it's an idol anime. And then this one, Twins Hinahima. This was also one of the ones up there that I really wanted to check out. And then Classic Stars, another one that's like, I just want to check it out. Don't really want to get too into it. And this one's also very outlandish, if I could highlight it. This one's also very outlandish. So I might check out a little bit of this. But yeah, I think that is all of them. That is it. So I guess thank you for coming to the stream. I feel like I have some other stuff to say. So well, I had it in my mind and then it just escaped. But I might be streaming. When's the next time I'm gonna stream? I have lots of time recently, for this week, so I might do another one in a couple days or at the weekend. I wanted, it's not set in stone, but I want to either do a Minecraft stream because I had this idea, and then I wanted to do a Overwatch stream because I haven't played Overwatch since 2023, and I really want to see what changes has happened. I also need to finish Yohane Blaze in the Deep Blue because I started that when the game came out 2 years ago, and I never finished the game because I never had time to stream, and I always play the game on stream, and I need to get to that eventually. I will finish the game by this year, hopefully. It's not a promise. By the end of this year, I want to finish that game. As for videos, I have one coming out at the beginning of April, I'm working on that, and I had to postpone my one for March to the middle of April just because I needed that video to come out at the beginning of April. And then I talked about this a bit on Twitter and community posts, but I'll just talk about it now also to just get it out there. My neighbors, my window's still open, but I have a list, hang on, let me check. I can't think of it off the top of my head. This is so unprofessional. Okay, so beginning of April we have one, middle of April, and then mid-June? Yeah, mid-June, mid to late June. It depends on if I'll be able to go on my trip to the Aqua Final Live. I've talked about this on stream and in like my update video, my yearly recap video, but I'll give a brief summary. So Aqua Love Live, a group of Love Live, they're having their final live, and I applied, and I'm super stressed because I applied recently. This is new lore, but I applied recently, and I'm super scared because it's a lottery system, and I don't know if I'll be able to go, and I will literally cry my eyes out if I do not, because hopefully it will be my first Love Live performance that I get to go to, and it is the last that they're going to do all together. So if I don't get to go, I'm gonna be so unironically, I will be literally sad for the next however long. But so yeah, I'm planning, if I do get to go to Japan for 3 weeks in mid-June. But if I don't get to go, then I might have a little bit more time to work on the video I have planned for June. I want to get that out by the end of June. And then we have a part 2 to the video for April coming out. I mean, planned, not coming out. Planned for, I don't know, August or July or whatever. That hasn't been decided because that's a long time away. And then I gotta think of another idea for a birthday stream, because man, time's flying by. My 2023 birthday stream was my first ever live stream, and then we did one last year. But yeah, is there anything else I need to talk about, or I wanted to talk about? Just recap is we're gonna have a stream later this week, hopefully. No promises, because I never know when I have something coming up. But hopefully, a stream later this week. And then look out for the videos, 2 videos in April, 1 in June. Or maybe I can delay. I mean, I don't like delaying things, because people actually like, you know, watch videos. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for coming to the stream. And look out for my next stream. And that's basically it. Bye bye, see you next time.